down the street. I used to throw stones at the mango tree. I used to go down to the railway line and used to catch fish from the small streams which used to run around the railway lines. And my little guy looked back at me and said, Acha, please show me a tree on which I can throw stones which will not hit Sunil uncle's house. And I was awestruck. I did not know what to tell him. I looked up at him and I said, Mone, I agree. Respected Toastmaster of the day and my dear fellow Toastmasters, yes, Juvanoia is a word which actually means that we have an aggressive hostility towards the generations to come and the generation which was there. So we are in a state where we feel that the new generation is totally out of control and the old generation never knew anything. Intellectually they were weak and we are wiser than the newer generation. This absolutely has taken us to a stand that we are always hostile to the next generation which is in front of us. I'll take you a few years behind. If you look at it, we as a generation, let me ask, I think our age group, but we also have parents who are little, we have senior people here. Before, the concern was tinkle inside the book and then reading the textbook was the issue. I'm sure many of us would have done that. I've had tinkle books inside mine, right? And then I used to read Tintin storybooks inside. Secret 5 was there. I think if you ask the girls, it would be Mills and Boots. That also used to be quite a romantic set of stories which used to be inside our textbooks when we read it. Love letters used to be, I would take a love letter like this and then I would slowly go and keep it on the table and then say, oh, I would like you to have this. What has changed? Nothing has changed. Today's generation is a little faster. They would have their book and inside that they would have their mobile phones. Looking at that very clearly, the same thing they are doing now. Love letters have changed. They have become WhatsApp messages which have become faster. And if they feel that the girl has not responded well, immediately delete for all. Finished. The love letter also is fast forward. Correct? What has changed in the generations? Nothing has changed. Let's look, there are 4 types of generation which we say. It's usually 15 to 20 years is what a generation is all about. We have had the baby boomers. Then we had can somebody help me? The Generation X. Then we had the millennials and now we have the Gen Z. What is different in them? Obama and Osama, one spelling different, one B and S is different. Both were from the baby boomers. What difference did they make? There was no similarity. Both of them were 2 different angles and we still looked at them as baby boomers. So does it really matter to have a generation before and a generation later as long as we can coexist? But unfortunately I am also part of that stupid thing which says, you know Mone, in our times we used to study 5 hours. We did not have WhatsApp. Only one TV program I used to see was Chitrahar. That too half an hour. 10 songs maximum. That was what I had a chance to see. And if there was a Malayalam movie on Doordarshan, it would be Chemmin Se Bhi Upar, some black and white thing where people from North India would ask us, is everything in Kerala black and white? That's how people used to respond to us. But that has passed. That phase has passed. And if you look at it, you and I are in a generation where our past generations were lousy. Let's start with the names. We had Chappila and Chiru and Kaka and Chembarti in the olden days, and now we have beautiful names like Shamna and Jyotish and Manmohan, which has changed from so drastically. We have improved. Now let me take you to 1990s. To now, if you look at it, youth aggression has come down by 12%. Again, if you go one more step ahead, if you look at drugs, today Kerala is known to be the drugs capital. Kannur is absolutely bad, it seems. But it's still 50% lesser than what it was in the 90s. Yet we say that the generation today is bad. Again, let me tell you, exercising youth, the youth who are exercising today has come to the point of being 33% more than the 1990s. What has happened? We have forgotten that they are more energy oriented. Look at Mohanlal in 1990s. He was plump and fat like me. But today if you look at Prithviraj, he is like, I don't know where his fats are, but he doesn't have any fats on him. Look at the change. But we still say, hey, no, we were better than the other guys. tell you, there is a change. But that change is not just with today's generation. It is with all of us as a whole. Because we are all craving for dopamine. We all get awestruck by the dopamine content which we get. How? Early in the morning I get up, I click a picture, put it on Instagram and put it on Facebook, and then I want 2000 likes coming in. The like comes in, my dopamine goes up, I am absolutely happy about it. There was a test which was done on a lab rat. He was installed with an electrode, and this electrode was powered to a particular lever. And whenever he presses the lever, there is dopamine release in his brain. The rat went on hitting on the lever and he stopped having food and sex. That is the danger which we are going through today. All of us are clinged on to our social media. You, I, and everybody who's sitting here has a weakness for our social media systems. We have come to the point that we want acceptance from outside. We don't want acceptance from within. Even an old grandmother who's sitting in their homes today has a WhatsApp account, today has a Facebook account. And it can even come to the point of saying, hey, Naveen saw my post but he has not liked it. Right? Why? Because we are waiting for that dopamine content. Let me tell you, we have, all of us are social reformers actually. Somewhere down the line you have reformed somebody in life. If that is the case, let's all join together to control this particular aspect of crave for dopamine rather than have a bias against the generation as a whole. Let's not say that our parents didn't know much. But there is one thing, okay? My parent will never tell my son that I was bad. Somehow they say, hey, your father and all, we used to enjoy life. But they will always tell him, your generation is not good. I am sure I will tell my grandson that his generation is not good. But why are we targeting the new generation? We were also new generation once upon a time, and we will be old generation now. And that's what I want to tell you. Please, let's get out of the bias of looking at the past generation as weak and the new generation as less intelligent. Over to you, Tia.